I've come from the old Valley of Mines.
What do you have to report?
The enemy has formed up there with an army of orcs and dragons.
We have already learned that from Milton. But what about the king's shipment of ore?
The mine they are digging for Garand in the valley cannot satisfy the demands of the king.
The days are becoming grayer, and the light of the sun is ever weaker.
I was attacked by men in black robes.
I know. Those are the Seekers, henchmen from the nether realms of Beliar. Beware of them. They will try to take possession of you. Once possessed, you will no longer be yourself. Only here in the monastery could you find help then, so be careful. Here, this rune will bring you directly back to the monastery if you need our help. Remember, we must offer resistance or we shall all be doomed.
I have come to take the Eye of Innos.
I see that you have received an authorization from Lord Hagen himself to bear the Eye of Innos. I am afraid that I have to disappoint you. We have fallen victim to a treacherous plot of the enemy. The Eye of Innos has been violently taken from these sacred walls.
Who did this?
Evil is cunning and usually works in secret. Only rarely do you see it emerge to pursue its evil machinations in broad daylight. But these days, it's a different matter. The enemy now shows himself openly in the street, in every home and every public square. This can only mean that he no longer fears any adversary and is not going to shrink back from anything. One of our most faithful followers, a candidate for the high robe of the Magicians of Fire, has changed his allegiance unexpectedly, and in an alarmingly evil manner. Pedro, the enemy has taken possession of him, thus inflicting a terrible defeat upon us. Pedro has forced his way into our most sacred halls and stolen the eye. I fear that he simply spent too much time by himself, outside of the gates, and thus beyond the protective walls of the monastery, exposed to all lurking dangers.
Where did the thief flee to?
Pedro knocked down some of the other novices who tried to stop him and disappeared into the morning mist. Many novices have gone after him to bring the eye back to its place unharmed. If you want to catch up with him, you need to hurry before Pedro disappears out of your reach.
One more thing. Some of the roadside shrines dedicated to Innos have been desecrated by the enemy. They have lost their magical consecration.
I see, and now?
It is up to you to purify these shrines so that the situation does not escalate. Take this holy water and trickle it on the base of the shrine. With the holy words of purification, the shrine will regain its old power. Gorax can sell you a map on which our shrines are marked. Now, go and perform your tasks.
Should have known better.
Better watch out. Can you tell that?
He wants to know.
That's nothing new.
He really should have known better.
You already know what I think.
Hey, you!
I am Master Highglass, Guardian of the Fire and Keeper of the Knowledge.
Any news?
Yes. Well, you've probably noticed those black-robed figures.
I've met them.
This brings us to the core of the matter. At the moment, we're observing a very rare constellation of stars. To be more exact, the sign of the ox currently stands in direct correlation with the sign of the warrior. I suppose you know what that means.
Well, to be honest...
Yes, I see. Well, I cannot explain the entire background to you now, but it definitely signifies a great change, and I do not like change. Therefore, I want you to get me a book from town. It's called The Divine Power of the Stars. You may have to rummage around for it a bit, but I'm sure you'll find it.
I'll see whether I can find it.
That's good. It frees up my time so I can follow some other trails as well. But don't take too much time. Time, I'm afraid, is what we have the least of.
Hey, you!
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be on your way and looking for the underhanded traitor Pedro?
He's not gonna get very far.
I hope so for your sake. If he should escape because you've been lollygagging here, I will personally drag you before the tribunal.
What would you accuse me of?
Conspiracy with the enemy. It takes little imagination to picture the punishment for such an offense. And now, see to it that you lose no more time. Otherwise, the next time we meet, it will be at the stake.
Welcome, my son.
He ever asked?
Since when are you one of the paladins?
He thinks it's as easy as that.
Only for a short time.
Then I bid you welcome. In this battle, we need every man who has the courage to oppose evil. The fate of us all lies in the hands of men like you. May Innos ever give you the courage you need.
All over again.
You already know what I think.
For Innos, brother. If you have come to learn something about the consecration of the sword, then ask Marduk. May Innos illuminate your path.
That's nothing new.
He really
Hey.
should have known better.
How are the sheep?
You should have known.
How do you think they are? They stand around and munch grass. I'd rather know what's happening outside. The magicians seem to be very nervous.
That was no big deal.
Pedro betrayed us.
I'd heard that, but I didn't know that you were aware of that too. That's why I didn't say anything. Is the enemy stronger than us?
That's totally
I
obvious.
mean, can we defeat him?
We're not dead yet.
I couldn't care less.
Strangers in black robes roam the countryside.
What do you mean? What sort of strangers?
He really
Nobody
should have
knows
known
where they've
better.
come from. They wear long black robes and they cover their faces. They seem to be some kind of magician. At least they're capable of magic.
That sounds very disturbing, but I'm sure that the High Council will solve this problem.
I used to say that myself.
There are dragons in the Valley of Mines. They are besieging the
what I
royal
said.
troops together with the army of orcs.
Dragons?
His decision.
I always thought they only existed in horror stories.
That's
They're there, believe me.
But the King's Paladins will deal with them, won't
His
they?
decision, wasn't it?
We'll see.
No one must violate the divine order.
Been there, done that.
It says in the scriptures.
What are you doing here?
I must not speak with you. It's not looked on with favor if we talk to strangers.
Nothing
I've got no time for things like
That doesn't sound terribly happy.
Well, I mean, everything is just fine, really. Only, oh, I don't want to complain.
new. Nothing's ever gonna change that.
Oh, come on, you can tell me.
And you really won't tell the magicians?
Do I look like I would?
All right.
That's nothing new.
I have a problem with one of the novices. He's got a hold over me.
that.
Come on, spit it out then.
Igaraz, that's the novice, found some of my private papers. He threatened to give them to the magicians if I don't do what he says.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
Maybe I can help you.
You would do that?
Well, that depends, of course.
Naturally, I'd pay you for that.
How much?
Of course, I don't have much money, but I could give you a spell scroll. I have a healing
I
spell.
always act in the name of Innos.
I'll see what I can do.
Honestly, it just has to work. It has
Go
to.
on
So,
like this forever.
you only need to find out where Igaraz keeps the stuff. Then you swipe it from him, and everything will be just fine.
They're all just
Relax. You just continue for now. I'll see to the rest.
You already know what I think.
Only Innos decides what's right or wrong.
Hey!
That'll only cause more trouble.
May Innos
You don't have to tell me that.
feel sorry.
Only in us decides what's right or wrong. Tell her that isn't true.
Anything's possible.
I've got your documents.
Really? Oh, thanks. You've saved me.
As if I don't.
I don't know how to thank you.
Yeah, just calm down.
Are they really mine? Are you sure? Show me.
You don't have to ask me that.
Here they are.
Yes, they're complete. Did you look at them?
Nothing new.
Does that make a difference?
No, just as long as I have them back. Whew, now I hope I can rest easy again.
Could have told you that before.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
Do you really? Who told you that?
You don't have to tell me that.
That's nothing new. No one must violate the divine order.
I couldn't get away with that.